Hey guys, Marisa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Today I've got a really cute Hey Love Valentine treat for you. It's a stinkin' sweet cake in a mug. Isn't this cute? So I got these chocolate lovers mug cake pouches. I got these, they're available at my Walmart, and I also included an Amazon link for you. They're Duncan Hines perfect size for one mug cakes. There's 4 in a box, individual pouches. I've used these before for my birthday in a mug project. They're just a really cute way to do a sweet treat for Valentine's Day or any day really. All right, so we're gonna build a little pouch for this mug cake. I'm using the Hey Love stamp set from Stampin' Occasions catalog. Hey Love stamp set is just so cute and so punny. One of the things that I wanted to show you here is the Hey Love class from the Kitchen Table Stamper online classroom. Isn't that cute? Hey Love class is still available at kitchentablestamper.com/online classroom, and you can make these 4 cards in the online classroom for just $15. So if you don't know about the Kitchen Table Stamper online classroom, check that out. kitchentablestamper.com/online classroom. All right, so for this project, you'll need your Hey Love stamp set. You'll also need your Be Mine stitched framelits, also brand new from the 2019 Occasions catalog. I've got my layering squares framelits and my stitched shapes framelits. I already did the die cutting from these. I used the largest layering squares scalloped square, and I used the largest stitched shapes stitched square, okay? And I cut those from the petal pink, from the powder pink and whisper white. All right, what other Stampin' Up! Supplies do we need here? I've got some Stampin' blends. I have a basic black combo pack. I've got the Smoky Slate combo pack, and I've got Poppy Parade combo pack. My ink for this project is Memento Tuxedo Black. I've got my multi-purpose adhesive sheets here, some tear and tape, and some multi-purpose liquid glue. I have a 1/8 inch handheld circle punch. I have a 1/16 inch handheld circle punch, and I've also got my crocodile. The ribbon that I used for this project is the metallic ribbon combo pack. It's got this beautiful shaded spruce metallic ribbon, 1/8 inch, and the petal pink 3/8 inch ribbon that we're using on our project today. Let's see, what else do we want? You need a little bit of linen thread for your little heart charm. And I think we can get started. Oh, you know what else we need? Our Simply Score tool. So I'm gonna bring that in right now and we'll do our scoring. Consumable products for this, we have a Coastal Cabana piece that is 9 by 4 1/4. We're gonna score that up at 2 3/8 and 6 5/8. Got another piece of Coastal Cabana that is 2 inches by 4 1/4. I showed you my largest powder pink scallop die cut, my largest whisper white stitched die cut. And then I got a little piece here that I already cut ahead of time. This is Poppy Parade, and I used this little primitive heart from the Be Mine stitched framelits to cut that one out. 1.5 inch square will give you enough cardstock to cut that piece. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is score up our pouch and build it. So we're gonna need our 9 by 4 1/4 piece, and we need our Simply Score tool. All right, so we're gonna put this in at the 9 inch side. I'm gonna score at 2 3/8. And we're gonna score at 6 5/8. It's that simple. Next, I've got my bone folder, and I'm going to just work this little pouch. I always score or work the scores inside out first. That's because if there's any cracking in your cardstock like that, you can see this one did. Sometimes, especially in dry weather, it'll crack. The cracking will happen then inside of your project where nobody's gonna see it. So that's why I do that. People ask all the time why I work both ways on the cardstock with my bone folder. All right, so my pouch is really simple. We're just going to run a line of tear and tape down one side of the cardstock along the 4 1/4 inch side. We can burnish that down a little bit with our bone folder and then peel that. And then what you want to do is just bring together the cardstock. That's it. That's our little pouch. Super simple, right? Since we've got a clear space here, let's do a little bit of die cutting next. So I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana piece that is 4 1/4 by 2, and I'm going to go ahead and place that on my adhesive sheet here. On the adhesive sheets, it's got a little peel here, start line, so you could start there if you want to, and just lift it all up, and then close it back down. So that's what I'm going to do. It'll help me get a handle on this little edge that I want to use here. All right. You don't want to touch it too much. You really don't want to mess the adhesive, but we're going to go ahead with this and put our scrap on the adhesive and then burnish it down. Now what I like to do after that is just trim it away from the rest of the sheet. So I'll just cut along the edge of that cardstock and cut it off of my sheet. Now we've got a piece that is going to be sticky when we cut this die. So I love this these multi-purpose adhesive sheets. I always forget about them. I neglect them, and it's really sad because they really are a fantastic tool and great for getting these little intricate dies stuck down with no mess. All right, so we've got our Big Shot and it's all set for cutting. I've got my multi-purpose platform, I've got my standard platform, my thin die adapter, and a cutting pad. Now I'm going to put my cardstock up, adhesive down on the cutting pad, and I'm going to put my pretty little intricate heart design here on top of the cardstock. Now, what I want to do here is run this through my machine, and I'm going to run it forward and back because we're not just cutting through the cardstock, we're also cutting through that adhesive, and it's a very intricate design. So doing a couple of times won't hurt you. All right, so pop that little dude right out. Now this is a little adhesive piece, so you can use this with punches or whatever. If you hold onto that scrap, it's adhesive and it's ready to go. All right, so now we've got our little die here, and what we can do is just push it out with our Take Your Pick tool, and then go through and just touch each of these little hearts. They're just gonna fall right out, and each of these little hearts is now self-adhesive. Just peel the backing off and you can stick those. So I'm gonna save those for another project. I'm gonna finish popping all these out, and I'll cut right back in. Okay, so I've popped out all the hearts and pushed them aside. I've also popped out all the pieces that are not hearts, and I'm just gonna sweep those away and toss them in the trash. Now let's flip over our design, and using our Take Your Pick tool, we're just going to lift the release paper on that. Now our little intricate design is completely covered with adhesive, and we can go ahead and pop that right on the bottom of our little treat pouch here. Now you're going to want to burnish this well so that every little bit grabs and we make a good adhesive bond here with this little item. We don't want it to lift after. So burnishing with a fingertip is really important. Okay, let's get our sample back in here so you can see what we're making. And we're gonna do a little stamping now. We need our Memento Tuxedo Black. And no need for a Stampin' Pierce mat with these rubber stamps because they have the cling behind them, so they've got the cushion that you need. Unless you have a super light hand, you might put a Stampin' Pierce mat underneath. But I have a heavy hand, so I don't need it. I've got my stinking cute skunk, and he's inked with Tuxedo Black, and we're stamping him in the right-hand corner. Stinkin' Sweet is our sentiment, and we want to put that in the open space here next to our Mr. Skunk. And that's it for Stampin'. This is a pretty quick one. Now, you can go through and color with some blending like I did here. You want to, when you're coloring black, you want to start with grays because otherwise you'll just black out your image, and you don't want that. Black doesn't always look solid black. That'll make it look blacked out. I'm going to start by coloring Skunky's face with some light smoky slate, and then I'm going to draw in shadow with the dark smoky slate, leaving around the eyes very light. And then I'm going to take my light basic black and continue to deepen those shadows. I'm going to bring the black and gray together with the dark smoky slate, and then go back with the light basic black and fill in his ears. All right, so now we've got a skunk who has some light in its eyes but still looks black, but not blacked out. So I'm going to take Skunky's body here and color in with the dark smoky slate, and I'm going to do Skunk's entire body and the entire tail here underneath. And then I'll take the light basic black and continue that shadow like his head would make on his shoulders, down his armpit, around the back, bottom of the feet, and the back foot. We'll take the light basic black and kind of go up the edge of the tail here. Now, I'm done with the light smoky slate, so let me get that one out of the mix. But I do want to bring in my dark basic black now. I'm going to do right underneath the edge of the tail here, at the base of the tail, and then at the edge of all these little darkest areas. We're not even using a whole lot of the dark basic black. Our skunk is mostly the light basic black and the dark smoky slate. And that way he keeps his details and isn't just blacked out. So now I'm just blending the dark into the light and the light into the dark slate. And there's our little stinky dude. Pretty simple. If you were coloring a lot of these guys, to color him with the dark smoky slate, pretty solid, would be a good shortcut. You'd still get a skunky looking skunk, but you wouldn't black out his features. I'm going to do just a tiny bit of the light smoky slate in the white areas. It'll give him some depth and dimension and make the white look like it's got some texture, but without looking like we forgot to color the white parts. I'm using light Poppy Parade for his nose and dark Poppy Parade for the little confetti of hearts. And that's it, that's our coloring. Now, let's take our multi-purpose liquid glue and our pink scallop here, that's powder pink, and we're gonna adhere these two together. And now for a little sliding mechanism. What you want to do with this pouch is just dry fit our little skunk right where he's going to sit. And we'll take our crocodile and the smaller hole on the crocodile, and we're going to punch straight through all the layers of cardstock. Now, we're going through probably 2 layers here at the seam, and then 1 layer for the front, 1 layer for the pink, 1 layer for the white. That's why the crocodile is pretty important. We're going through a lot of layers at one time. In fact, I had some of the little tabs in there, and so it didn't cut all the way through this Whisper White layer, so I'm going to just go back and clean that up with the punch. See if I can get that little dude out of there. All right, so now we need our little mug cake. I've buried it in my stamping here. There it is. Pop this guy in with a little ribbon. So we're gonna take this shimmer ribbon and give it a fold. Gonna put the fold around the little mud cake. See that? Then we'll take our mud cake, slide it in the pouch. Then we're going to bring the front piece of this ribbon through this front hole right here. I'm trying to do this without getting my head in the camera. It's hard to do, you know. Ah, there we go. Got it. And then we want to do the same thing with the hole in the back of our project. Take the end of the ribbon, go from the inside to the outside of the project. All right. Now we want to bring the back over the front over the back. Actually, you know what? I forgot to thread on my tag. We need our tag. Why did we do our little skunky if we're not going to put the skunky on? Okay, now the back over the front, and then the front over the back. See? All right. Got a little wooden spoon here. I found this on clearance a couple years ago, so I did go on Amazon today and find them on Amazon because I know that once you see how cute this is, you're going to want a striped spoon. I also found some marshmallow cocoa spoons that I can't wait to order. So here's how we attach the spoon. Lay it across, tie it. Now we're going to grab our little Poppy Parade heart, and what you want to do is add the Poppy Parade heart using a little bit of linen thread. So we're going to make it into a tag. Just punch a hole right in the left side of the heart there. And then we're gonna run through a little bit of linen thread. And you need long enough to tie a thread knot. So 5 or 6 inches will do. A thread knot is when you loop over your index finger and then push the tails through the loop like this. And you want it long enough here so that you can slide it onto the ribbon. Okay, so we're going to slide that on this end of the ribbon. And then we're gonna loop up over the top and through that little hole that we're holding and pull tight. And there's our pretty bow. Now we'll cut off the excess and clean up the edges. Oh, that one might be a little bit long. There we go. And now there is our stinking cute mug cake. And you just hold the bottom of the pouch, pull up, there's the mug cake, spoon, and everything you need for a very happy Valentine's Day. Okay guys, if you've got any questions about this project, if I can help you with Stampin' Up! Supplies, if you're interested in the online classroom, you can email me, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. Thanks for watching.